Now, the place I want to start, this whole idea of the OS for healthy living is really interesting to me, but the thing I'm most fascinated by is that it started with your dad's battle for cancer.
Yeah.
So walk us through that. How did that inform what you're doing now?
Yeah, that's it's one of the points that caused a refocusing, remotivation, and dedication to this field of health. At the time, I was doing research with somebody named Dean Ornish, who is looking at a multifactorial lifestyle program. So all different aspects of lifestyle and how that, if brought together, could affect the progression of prostate cancer.
Interesting.
My dad was then diagnosed with cancer, so I thought I'm in a unique position to help him a bit. And so what I would do is go and just give him all sorts of information, and it was overwhelming to him, and he wasn't able to then make change that I thought could affect his condition. When he didn't make the change, I'd get frustrated. And when he passed away, it really made me think about, if I'm in this field wanting to actually influence how people live and their health, you need to understand behavior. You need to understand what is going to help somebody pick up some of this knowledge that's out there and make it a part of their life. So that was one of those aha moments. And then from there, I dedicated some serious time to understanding behavior, created a model called the Loop model to sustain health behaviors. And that was really the basis of Human OS.
Did you read the book Change or Die?
I haven't.
So the concept is pretty straightforward. You tell people to change and most people don't.
Yeah.
So even if the outcome is, hey, if you don't take this pill, and I think it was that simple, it's like you have to take a pill once a day, every day, and compliance after like 3 months or something drops to like 5%, which is crazy. But what I love is that you didn't hit that and go, oh, well, that's just a thing. You dive into human behavior. What did you learn in that discovery process about human behavior? What's working against us? How do we begin to take hold of it? And then maybe most interestingly, what is the Loop method?
Sure. The idea is, in order for somebody to adopt and sustain a health behavior for a long term, not just a 30-day trial or 60-day period, so this becomes a part of their pattern of living, they should know why they are doing something, how to do it, if they're doing it, and if it's working. And you can see that each one of those 4 components independently will reinforce somebody's ability to pick something up and take and go with it. So oftentimes what you'll see is that if somebody doesn't, let's say, change their behavior when information is given to them, you might just lob more information provisions at them, right? Oh, here's more information. But maybe they just didn't have the skills to implement that good idea. Or they tried it for a little bit and then their old behaviors were swept back up. They didn't have any feedback to say, this is actually, are you living in accordance with your own goals? Or maybe they just didn't know if it was actually working or not. And because one insidiously challenging aspect of our health is that a lot of things that are good for us might be what I call the meaningful but invisible. They matter, but we don't get that feedback to make us immediately detect if it's having a presence. And it might be, right? You might have a significant improvement in, let's say, memory performance over a 12-week period, but you might not recognize it by the time you get there. It might actually feel like you're just performing as you've always been. And that actually can go up and down, improvements and decrements. So is there a way to then use technology to then make people more informed about things that can help them, more informed about their own patterns of living, and then empowered to put all that into practice? And I actually think that we need technology in this world to help us take care of our health well.